is the essence of micro-teaching. So this I told you. So we take the opinion of our colleagues to hone our skills. So what is the definition and purpose of this micro-teaching? So it's an innovative technique of teacher education. So micro-teaching is for teachers and not for learners. It is for us. An innovative technique to develop the skill and competency in teaching. See, very important here is emphasis is on how to teach. What does it mean? It is how to teach. The teaching methodology and the media. See, we are not concentrating on the material here. How to teach. Skill. We are looking at the skill. So how to teach rather than what to teach. So it's an organized practice teaching. And if you remember, when we were in school, we used to see B.Ed students coming and teaching. Set of observers and their teachers used to sit at the back. Remember, if VR school was chosen by the B.Ed teachers. So same, it is a practice, organized. For practice teaching, they used to go to high schools. So this is an opportunity to present sample of what or how you teach to get some feedback from colleagues about how it was received. So the goal here is to provide confidence, support, constructive feedback. So it should not go in the negative way as Dr. Umakant was telling. So nobody will come for a micro-teaching practice session at all. See, confidence, support, constructive feedback. We say if someone is really a good friend, so he should give a constructive feedback. So I tell all the students who give proxy to their friends, I say they're not really good friends. They're spoiling their friends by giving proxy. They're not constructive at all. They're not helping such students at all. So component skills approach has lesson planning, set induction, then presentation. So in micro-teaching, I said how you teach is important, not what you teach. 55% is you. So when we practice 5 minutes, everybody will be so much worried about content delivery. That's why Shiva says, when somebody says, I want to cover, he says, please don't cover, uncover. He says, don't cover, uncover. So it is you who is important. So how you do it? And all the components, some of the components Dr. Kavita was telling. So it's the eye contact, facial expression, movement, posture, so the dress, appearance, spatial awareness, energy, gestures, everything. Some of our senior teachers are so good, they really do. Now we have role play, we bring in a group and all. So they used to really, enact so nicely. Any gait, medicine teachers I've seen, all the different gaits they used to demonstrate. It's so nice when our teacher does it. Very nicely the student grasps also. So that's why we say teacher is a nice actor also. If you could do all that, and I've seen some of our junior staff also, they're good at doing this. And 38% is your voice. Very, very important. That is how you stress on some important things. Then intonation, pitch, whether you're very clear about what you say, resonance, or you're just talking to yourself monotonously, continuously, and many teachers do that also. So voice is another important thing. Then 7% is your message. See, micro-teaching practice session is only on what skills have you delivered, and message is only about 7%. Content delivery is not much. That means what you're going to do in a class, what skills you use to deliver the information or whatever you want to deliver. So relevant vocabulary, clear facts, illustrations, evocative language, structure, everything. So that includes the message. Otherwise, students comment, they come and say, some teacher talks like, his English is like Kannada, we cannot understand. There are so many comments that students say. And important is first 20 minutes, yes, we can have the attention. So how much time are we happy to take a class, or are we happy to sit in a class? For how many minutes? 50-45, even half an hour, we would say, oh, it gets bored. So first 20 minutes it's nice to keep the attention. And then again, last minute, when you give the take-home message. So whatever is told in the initial stage and then at the end, yes, probably people remember. So then after 20 minutes, there is that bowing effect. So what can be done for that? What to do? Ask questions. Yeah, it scares them. So they are attentive. They're scared. Ask questions. Then
repeat what the teacher has said.
Yeah, you make them repeat what you have said.
Yeah, at some points. If after 5 points, I tell 3 and make them say other.
Okay, yes. Yes. Yeah, break the monotony. So what could be done?
Deviate from the topic. Deviate from the topic, tell some story.
Deviate from the topic, tell some story. Like a joke, relevant. Yes, then what else could be done? So this is again to bring them back. See, initially we had said induction. So when there is a bowing effect, so we bring them back. So this is what scientifically. So that is called as stimulus variation. So I can do anything. What I feel is very comfortable. Students, receive it in a proper way. My important thing is that stimulus variation. Break the monotony, bring them back or their attention back. So component skills approach has, so you can use the proper use of AV aids, reinforcement. So since yesterday we have been doing, at least for the 3 domains. We said knowledge, skill, attitude. Knowledge, skill, attitude. So we kept on repeating KAS and ASK, how it could become. So just reinforcement is another one. Questioning, as you all said. Then body language. Sunita made you all clap. She said that each right answer after each group. So that is how your attention is kept. So at least clap. Then closure. So summarize. What has been told already. So these are the component skills approach we may follow. So it has got lesson planning, set induction, presentation, stimulus variation, proper use of AV aids, reinforcement, questioning, body language, closure. Some of these things which really keep the students attentive and alert. So then what is this micro-teaching now? Can we define micro-teaching? Why do we call it as micro-teaching? Why is it micro? Not done in microbiology department. It is? Individual skill is tested.
And in a short duration, best message should be given to
Short duration. Yes, even minute things are taken care of. Minute things are taken care of. So why is this picture then? Sample of teaching, yes? Yeah, if the teacher is put in the microscope or under the microscope, what happens? Even the minute things here.
It is concisely into and
actually it is a critical evaluation of even smallest things so that when you go for real teaching, you want to correct it.
This is analogous. Yeah, all are correct. It is a short duration and a very small topic, very small audience, all that. But this is like analogous to putting the teacher under the microscope. So such a critical feedback, So how and what helps the teacher. So that is more important. It's analogous to putting the teacher under the microscope. So why we call it micro? As you said, very short time, 5 to 8 minutes. Focuses on a narrow lesson, as you said, very little. Small audience, etc. So then in a small group, very small group. So each person teaches in turn. So the rest act as students. So usually in a practice session, what we have, we take 2 students. Then 7, so 7 of us are there. And then you have one facilitator, one resource person who could see that how it goes on well. So as you are presenting, the other 5 are giving you a feedback. There are 2 more students who are giving you a feedback and one of the facilitator. So once one person is teaching, the rest act as students. Then teacher reacts to his own. Then what do I do after teaching? So before teaching, I know what skills I am practicing, I write. So there is a self-analysis form. I reflect on myself also. So after that 5 minutes presentation, I write down what happened and what could have been better. See, I reflect on myself also. And the observers after that session, they give the feedback. And many a times it could be video typed also. Even whatever speech you want to give, so you could tape that on your own and then listen to it. Say make corrections, self-analysis, how we could go. Even this could be video taped if needed. So this is like contrast how the classroom teaching is and how micro-teaching is. So that is 20 feet there. 3 feet. You can say that was only 3 feet and so I just dived hard and hurt my head or had head injury. So you know. So what you could do with just a short or a shallow depth also. So Alan and Ryan, I say again, let us remember them also as micro-teaching medical educationists who developed this micro-teaching method. So they call this teach, critique, reteach cycle. So we teach. So there are people who are giving feedback, that is critic. I look at the feedback, so I correct whatever is the constructive feedback, go back and reteach, replan, reteach. So this is the micro-teaching cycle. So teach, critique, reteach. So if we're just looking at the micro-teaching cycle, so we plan for our practice session. The plan is executed, that is I teach for a small group of people. Then all these people who are there give feedback. I have self-analysis also. I am looking at the feedback and I go replan. And then I come back and reteach and then re-feedback. To see how many, if 10 were not, so 10 points they had written for me to get improved upon, then after re-feedback I see how many points I could make it better. So this is the micro-teaching cycle, and this will have micro-teaching practice session. We planned it for today, but I think the time does not allow us to have it today because we want to hear to the new curriculum, that implementation program, and all of us have lot of questions. I think the entire afternoon session, let us give it to Dr. Sunita, so that she is the only person who could clarify all our doubts or whatever we have on curriculum, because she is trained. Otherwise, if we just read the curriculum, there are so many questions that come into our mind. So let us make best use of the afternoon session and whole of the session. We are very happy, we are very lucky that this program is going on, and Sunita is there to give us an insight into the curriculum implementation program.
Clarification here is that just that MCI recommends this for 3 hours session. Today afternoon, the whole afternoon session, 2 to 5 session. I think those who have attended will know that. But no, we'll try to reduce it. I'll try to we'll cut short the book work. We'll try to reduce it, and if possible, still we'll keep it in mind. I'm not saying that it's not this thing. If I can finish it by 3:45 or so, next 1 hour, yeah. Still, if you are.
3-hour session. MCI recommends this for 3-hour session, CISP, Curriculum Implementation Support Program. But Sunita says she would try to finish as early as possible, and if we get 1 hour time in the evening, then we can have micro-teaching practice session. So otherwise, this session would continue, or it will be done from the medical education unit later on. the subsequent weeks we'll do that. So I'm sure all of you have got this concept of what is micro-teaching. So what happens in micro-teaching, and it is for improvement of our own skills. I'm sure all of us will take this micro-teaching practice session, if not today, then later. Session evaluation, please fill it up. Yesterday we missed 2 feedback forms. Only 30 of you, I think, gave it back. So this session was micro-teaching practice session. Only the session. Yeah, feedback, you don't write your name. Yeah, practice session is in the afternoon. This form, please give it back. And what about the time management? It's all of us, not the organizers. All of us are considered time management. Okay? Fine? 10 minutes, I think, no? 1:10 now. What's the time? 1:05 or 1:10? Yes. So let's be back here by 2 o'clock. So I request the clinical people, please don't go away in between. It's for you, I know how much trouble I took to go to Belgaum, and Gayatri was there, to stay there for 3 days and get it done, because we wanted again MCI certificate. Please, I request, don't take it as on the negative thing, please, it is for you people.